P. Brooks Jr. Cherie is still getting herself together. We're going to come on live here in just a quick second. Great morning, Teresa. If you're just chiming in, do us a favor, introduce yourself. Let us know where you are coming in from. We certainly want to be able to greet you guys a little bit more personally. So I'm super excited, guys. We got a lot of moving parts here in the background. Today's subject is going to be fire. Cherie has not been feeling well, so she's moving a little bit slow, but we're going to get her in here in a second. Teresa, thanks for jumping in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to recognize that there is a place in every relationship where your friendship is going to matter. So I'm going to say it that way. Hey, Mashawn, good to see you. Your friendship is going to matter. And so here's what I want you to do. If you believe that friendship and relationships are super important, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to put a me in the chat. Put me in the chat. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. We're getting ready to come on video here in a quick second. Great to see everybody. Welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses. If this is your first time, put a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time, put a 1 in the chat. We're getting ready to get settled in. Michelle Watson, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. We're going to be here. And I think that this is a topic that everybody sort of intellectually understands, but I'm not so sure everybody understands how to navigate through these different topics. So Lisa puts me in the chat. I love it, Lisa. I love it. I understand. So I'm asking everybody, if you think that relationships should have friendships, that it's important for you to be friends in the relationship, put me in the chat if you believe that that's important. There's some people who don't believe it's that important, believe it or not. And I think that, quite frankly, there is a price to pay for that. However, I do understand it. So we're getting ready to get live here in a second. For those of you guys who are just jumping in again, my name's Glenn P. Brooks Jr., and sitting down here next to me is the lovely light skin.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
She is here. She is here. So I'm super excited. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. You haven't gone live on?
No, I haven't gone live on Instagram
Okay, good
yet.
morning,
So we're getting
guys.
ready to go live on Instagram. So hey,
I survived.
she survived. We got to wait to go live on Instagram so you can tell them what you survived. Hold tight, guys. We're going to go live on Instagram really quickly. Y'all give us a quick second. I'm going to make sure, baby, that you're looking in this camera good. Here we go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What's going on, Instagram? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see everybody. Welcome to Breakfast with the Brookses. For those of you guys who are jumping in either live or by way of replay, my name's Glenn P. Brooks Jr. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a relationship coach. And sitting here next to me is the lovely light-skinned Marine.
I don't know how much Marine I was yesterday. But good morning, guys. I'm Cherie Brooks Jr., author, speaker, relationship, and life balance coach. And it is great to be with you guys this morning. Hey, Instagram, good morning. If you're coming on Instagram, do us a favor. Introduce yourself with your government name.
Your government name.
Where you're joining us from so that we can recognize you.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember all the different
I can't
codes.
Remember the codes, right.
So if you could please do that so we can, say hello to you. Also, YouTube.
Yeah,
Facebook.
That's okay.
YouTube, good morning, everybody. It's great to see you guys this morning. Okay, so before we get started today, for those of you that follow us, you know that I've recently gone through some stuff. I injured my shoulder last week and had to have a abrasement with flora procedure is what it's called.
Oh boy.
Which basically is they had to inject fluid into my shoulder socket to break up any scar tissue and to create space in my shoulder socket, because basically what I had was, it's called, I can't remember the long name, but it's basically frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you aggravate your shoulder or overwork it, it can sometimes the tendons and everything will lock up on you, and that causes, with constant movement, it causes scar tissue, it causes it to lock up even more. So that was not a fun procedure.
Not fun at all. Poor baby.
Basically, they inject this fluid in, and it's basically, for my ladies, that have had children, you'll understand. It's like when you're in labor, when you feel your pelvis bone separate.
Yeah, we don't understand.
It's just your shoulder separate. You feel your bones separating. So it's not comfortable at all.
Right.
And so they were able to do the procedure. Yesterday was an excruciating pain. They didn't tell me until after they did the procedure that you're going to be in more pain, possibly for the next 48 hours. Since we did it, because they also, after they do that, they then rotate your shoulder, so they make your arm move beyond where it's been able to move to get some movement going. So I survived. I also realized that I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to pain. That's why I say I'm not sure if I was so much of a Marine yesterday. I don't like pain. I don't have a high tolerance for pain.
Yes,
and so thank you for being so patient with me. I know I was a bear to deal with yesterday.
You are welcome, baby.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I
got whipstick on me. Yeah, she was a bit much to deal with. Javari, I thought that was Javari. Good to see you. Shout out to Alexandria, Virginia.
Good morning.
Javari, yeah, she was definitely testing a brother, testing my patience, the whole nine. And did I pass?
Yes, you passed.
I'm just interested in the C. Did I at least?
You passed. You did good. You did good. You got more than a C. You got more than a C.
Okay, awesome.
And so, needless to say, yesterday was a rough day, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, but
But look what I can do.
I know. Ooh, I love it.
I could not do that.
I love it.
A week ago.
I
still don't have full range of motion. Still can't go to the side with that arm. Still can't go behind. But that's improvement.
I love it.
And so I'm getting there.
Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to make sure that she paces herself, guys, because Russ just put in the chat, please get better. We need you.
Yeah, and so that's where the Marine comes in, because the Marine in me would be like, oh, I'm good now. Let me just, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to do it all by myself. And it's like, no, slow down.
Right.
Take time, because I actually start physical therapy on Monday.
Right.
And it's supposed to be 4 weeks. So hopefully within 4 weeks, I'll be back at 100%. So thank you guys for your prayers.
Amen.
Thank you for your support.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for checking up on me.
I appreciate that. And thanks for all of y'all support, even coming through social media, the texts. We had one of our MAPS members come through yesterday and just bring us some treats. And I just thought that was super dope. Listen, for those of you guys who are not aware, Cherie and I created an online relationship academy. It's called MAPS, Marriages and Parenting Successfully, that has 5 focuses. We do group coaching environment for 5 different groups. Couples, meaning people who are dating seriously, maybe they're engaged, certainly people who are married. We do it for parents, people who are co-parenting, whether you're a natural parent, foster parent, it don't matter, grandparent raising your kids. Mm-hmm. You need community. We also do it for singles who want to get married and want to position themselves
for marriage one day.
For marriage one day, for marriage that will last a lifetime. It's there where we do different principles and we drill down on things to help you navigate that process.
And what we mean by preparing them for marriage, we're not. This is not a dating service. This is not a hookup site. This is where we're helping you to prepare yourself as an individual.
Absolutely.
To be as much of a whole individual, so that when and if that time comes, you are in a position, you've dealt with past issues from past relationships, you've looked at yourself and see, where did I have errors, what are areas I need to personally grow, and how can I improve and be a better person for my future mate when and if that time comes.
100%. And so I just want to encourage you guys that
we also the men's and women.
The men's and the women. So we do a separate group for men only and then a separate group for women only.
We have 2 groups for women. We actually do a women's group for the single ladies. We have a singles ladies only group. And then we have a coupled ladies only group. And this is for women that are in long-term relationships, like approaching engagement or already engaged or have been in long-term relationships, or that are married.
Yeah.
It's for the married women. So that's a separate. Yeah. So we actually have 2 ladies groups. One meets on the coupled groups meets on the 1st and 3rd Sunday.
Yeah.
And singles meet on the 3rd and 4th
I'm
Sunday.
sure at some point we'll split the men like that, but right now we don't have the need levels that you guys have to drill down on some specific stuff relative to those different stations in life. One of the things I do want to let you guys know is that we would love for you to come join and be a part of that community. If you can, just take a quick look when you get a chance at www.thecrcoach.com. That's www.the.cr stands for constant relationship coach.com.
Because relationships are constant and ever
growing. Let me tell you something right now. People say that you listen, there are few things that remain constant throughout all of life. One is your the fact that you're gonna die. That's a constant, right? Like as you march through life, you're marching towards not being here anymore, right? That's a constant. You got you are who you are. You whoever you were born as, that's who you are. And so at that point, when I say it that way, I'm thinking about, that there used to be some comedians say, I ain't got to do but two things: die and stay black, or die and stay white. The truth of the matter is that I came into this world a certain way. That's the way I'm gonna lead this world. I don't care what I do to myself or what I say about myself.
But that's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic. Here's the point I'm making.
The other thing, relationships are unless you're living up in the woods by yourself.
Yep. As a hermit,
you're going to be in relationships to some degree, some level, whether it's your relationships with your coworkers, it's relationships with people in your neighborhood, it's relationships with your family. Relationships are something that's constant,
absolutely.
That's a part of being a human being.
Absolutely. So what we want to do is we want to help you guys navigate through that, because I honestly believe it takes tools and tips and strategies, and more importantly, support and community. I believe, babe, that unless I am in a place of being held accountable, I can't grow or sustain growth long term. I don't care what the area is, whether it's finances, whether it's my health, whether it is my relationship. I need community. I need accountability in order to sustain growth. So if you think that that's a community you'd love to be a part of, if you're already a part of that community, put Maps Rocks in the chat. Put Maps Rocks in the chat if you're already a part of that community. Instagram, all you need to do is just go to www.thecrcoach.com. Somebody can put that in the chat for us so that it hyperlinks it. If you go to our link in the bio, it'll cause you to be able to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which will get you closer to us as well. So today, babe, we're going to talk about some things, and we're kind of picking up where we left off a little bit. Although the series has changed and the focus has changed, I do want to, and I just want to pull this really quickly. I thought I had it in here, but maybe I don't. But we were talking about the missing piece in relationship. And the truth of the matter is that we have found that is emotional intelligence.
Yes.
I want to read for people what emotional intelligence is, and I'm going to read this so that I don't get this messed up. But I want you guys to understand emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and others. Listen to this. And your ability to use this awareness to manage your behavior in relationships, manage your behavior and your relationships. And I think, unfortunately, what most people do is that they assume that because we know each other, because we love each other, we know how to handle each other. We know how to handle our emotions and things like that. There are a lot of us who are self-aware, but our self-management skills are really low. So you can know that you're bothered or angry, but the question is, what do you do with that? And is that thing going to help the relationship? Right. So this is what we recognize is the missing piece. And one of the things that we've challenged our MAPS community, we're on day number 6 of writing down what you're thankful for. So we've been in this, we're on this 30-day challenge of gratitude. And today is day number 6. And what I wrote for myself for day number 6, baby, is that I'm thankful for growth. I'm thankful for growth. There was a time where I could care less about personal development. Mm. And when I say I could care less about it, I just wanted to get paper. I just wanted to get money. I just wanted to be able to provide for my family. And I just wanted to be, I cared less about personal growth because at that point it wasn't even on my radar. And so because of growth, you and I seem to me, and maybe you can confirm or deny it, but we're getting better the older we get in terms of our relationship.
Right, I agree. And I think what happens is that if you're successful in your career, if you good. You just, you do these things good. You get along good. You're good. We don't think that we need to grow. We don't think that we need to do anything. If you growing up, you were a straight A student. You academics came easy to you, or sports came easy to you. You had this area in your life that you were good.
Yeah.
That becomes a part of your identity, and therefore you don't think you need to work on other areas of your personality.
That's
because
good.
You focus on that, and it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
For me, I was a perfectionist growing up, and so there were a whole lot of things administratively. I was on it. I just was naturally gifted in a lot of ways, and so for me, it was like, I don't need to.
Right.
They got an issue. I ain't got no attitude. I'm just direct.
Right.
I'm just telling you like it is.
Right.
You just need to get your S in order.
Right.
It ain't me, it's them.
Right.
But as you unfortunately, it doesn't happen for a lot of us until we start maturing. We start getting older. We start realizing, in every situation in my life, in every relationship in my life, there's one common denominator. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you start to see that there are certain things that keep coming up, keep being the same, an issue. You know, if 10 people tell you got a nasty attitude, well, I ain't gonna say 10. If 4 people tell you got a nasty attitude,
Right, 4 different people.
You might need to step back and say, is there any truth in that?
Right.
And if there is, then you need to start looking inside and looking at yourself. And
Absolutely.
so that will promote you to then work on yourself, personal development, trying to grow in areas. Because none of us are perfect.
Absolutely.
None of us, we all have flaws. We all have areas that we need to grow in. And the truth of the matter is we're living, breathing organisms, and every living, breathing organism is supposed to grow.
Absolutely.
You're the same person you were at 21. There's a problem.
There's a problem. 100%.
Because you should have matured, you should have grown, you should have evolved from that person.
Exactly.
But what happens, you know, and this happens a lot of times with, especially like high school, college football players, that, you know, they get stuck. And this is their claim to fame. They live in, you know, they 50 years old and that's all they can talk about. These are not people that went to the NFL.
Baby, you ain't going.
They didn't make it to the NFL.
You ain't going.
But they going back.
Right.
No, because I was the quarterback.
Right. Remember that time when I threw that?
That's their identity, and they don't grow beyond that.
And they never grow beyond that. So when I talk about I'm thankful for growth, one of the things that we're going to introduce you guys today is how to grow through. I want you to put this in the chat. How to grow through friendship. Put that in the chat. How to grow through friendship. Hey, Jim729, good to see you on Instagram. Do me a favor, put your government name in so that we know exactly what your name is. We can address you a little bit more personally, and then let us know where you're chiming in from. But guys, we're going to talk to you. I want you to put in, how do you grow through relationship? Put that in the chat. How do you grow through, friendship? Cherie, there are 5 stages of friendship, and this has been loosely talked about. I'm going to talk about some adaptations from some people. I know Dr. Miles Monroe wrote a book on dating, and it has these 5 stages in it. I pulled an article that I thought was super amazing by Jermaine Tucker offline on the stages of friendship. I'm going to use this as a sort of framework to talk through and to talk about how to navigate through that. One of the things as relationship coaches that Cherie and I are huge on, and that is there are a ton of things in your relationship that you cannot control. I want you guys to be super clear about that. There are a ton of things in your relationship. By the way, if you've not shared this out by now, please tag somebody, let somebody know. However you do that, y'all know, y'all been on the platform. Share this out. Let people know that we're live on Breakfast with the Brookses this morning. But here's what I want you guys to understand. Many people are not equipped to navigate relationships properly. Thus, the relationships do not last. And if they do, the quality of them stink. Mm-hmm. Cherie and I both have been married before. That's no secret. I was married for 12 years prior to her. She was married twice before me. We both bring children to our relationship. We understand what it's like to have to go through the co-parenting, quote, struggle of getting them on page and you being on page and the differences that's going on, da-da-da. Let me tell you what is the common denominator, to go back to what Cherie said, that I do get to control, and that is me. Concerning the fact that relationships are something that largely, in many cases, are out of your control. What other people do, you cannot control that. I am convinced that when you change, listen to me carefully, IG, what you do is that you give people, listen to me really carefully, the opportunity to change with you. So for instance, I can't control what you do, but I can create an environment that makes you thirsty for what I have. Mm-hmm. So the old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. I'm not so sure that's true. I really think it's a matter of how much salt you put on his tongue, right? And so, babe, what I'm saying is that I can't get you to grow with me. I can't make you grow with me. But what I can do is I can work on me so hard. I can go so hard on growing as an individual that it becomes attractive to you. Mm-hmm. And then here's the other piece. What I've also found, when you grow, things, the environment can change. And what I mean by that is sometimes people come to you, and then every now and then people leave you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Y'all, if you've ever experienced this, put a yes in the chat. You change, but then folks criticize you for being different. Oh, you knew now. So you vegan now, huh? You know, it's almost a slight. It's a diss. It's like, so that's what you on now. You get what I'm saying? So the point I'm making at this particular point, guys. No, babe, not that one. What are you trying to do?
I want to see the YouTube.
No, don't.
Banner.
Yeah, you don't want to put that one up yet because it's not going to overlay properly.
I was trying to share.
I got you. Okay, the link.
Yes.
The link is actually in the.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are all on. I'm going in, babe.
I'm sorry.
Do me a favor. Go to my Facebook.
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
I got you. You get ready to mess that up though if you do that. Listen to me, guys. We having a sidebar live, by the way. Don't y'all mess up. I'm getting ready to get back into the thing. Teresa put yes. Go to my YouTube page. You want a link to this program? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Go to my YouTube channel. Go to my Facebook page that I just broadcasted this morning and copy and paste the link that's in the description. That's the easiest way you can get it right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that.
Now, back to our regularly scheduled program already in progress. Y'all see how we do that, Michonne? So listen, what I was saying, Javari, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, girl. I'm trying to help y'all. So here's what I want y'all to understand, is that when you become super skilled, when you become the person that says, you know what, I am going to take control over what I can control, what it does is it makes it either comfortable or uncomfortable for people in your space. Either way, you win. Let me tell you why I say that. Because even if Cherie decides, and I know this sounds horrible on the surface, I'm changing. I'm starting to eat right. I'm starting to get my health in order. Maybe she don't want to eat right. I'm cooking different. She's eating what she wants to do. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just changing. All of a sudden, she says, I can't take this. You ain't the same anymore. That wasn't who I married. I'm bothered. I'm leaving. Here's what I'm going to promise you. At this particular point, her leaving opens up room for me to attract who's supposed to be with me. Hello? Because she gets to choose to leave. I know I'm messing some people up, Cherie, and you're going to probably have to help them out. In other words, I cannot be concerned about what she does because I can't control it.
Right.
I can only control what I do. If you come go with me, of which I'd prefer, I want you to grow with me. I don't want you to leave, but I'm not going to not grow myself for the sake of keeping you. In other words, I'm not going to dumb down me in order for you to stay. We're not doing that. Does that make sense, babe?
Right. And so when you decide, or when you get to a point in your life where you realize you are growing, even I'll use me, so when I decided I wanted to go back to school.
That's a great example.
I realized that, I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to get my psychology degree. I wanted to complete my degree so that I could be a better person.
Right.
So that it could help us with our business. It could help us in a number of ways. And for me, I just wanted to have a better understanding of people. And that affected him because that took time. That took money. And he could have been like, you don't need to go back to school. Why are you doing that? You're right the way you are. He could have had all this negative input, these negative thoughts. And even though it affected him, I shared with him what my thoughts were, why I was doing it, but I explained to him why I was doing it. This is for my own personal growth. This has nothing to do with you. This is something I need to do for me.
I remember that conversation. And one of the things that you were concerned about at that station of our life, it seemed to you that I had found my passion, my purpose, right, and the reason for existing on this planet, and I was working in it.
Right.
And I remember you saying to me that it often reminded you that you didn't know what your purpose was. You didn't know what the plan for you as an individual was, and you wanted to go on a mission to search that out. You believed you thought you knew,
right,
but you wanted to have an opportunity to be able to discover that.
Right.
And to that, I said, babe, do what you got to do, even though it's going to cost me. And what y'all have to understand is that Cherie is gifted in ways that I'm not gifted. And because we are partners, particularly in not only in our marriage, obviously, but in our business, mm-hmm, if she is doing anything extra outside of what she has to do, it's going to take away from what I'm doing. So I could feel, as the word, I hate this phrase, but I'm going to say it for the sake of clarity, some type of way, right? I like to put words to things, if you haven't noticed already. The heat is still on, but it's not. You want me to turn it off now, baby?
I think I'll turn it off.
Okay.
Can I get up?
Yes.
Can I be excused?
Yes, you can be excused. So Sharia's hot. She's going to go turn the heat off. God bless America. And so here's what I want y'all to do. We're going to get into today's content, but I wanted to set this up because over the next couple of weeks, guys, what I'm telling you is that this is going to change the game on how you navigate through your relationships. So if you're ready for this content, put ready in the chat. Put ready in the chat. If you're ready for this content, put ready in the chat. Let me read some of these comments on YouTube. Russ said, drops mic, walk off stage. I know that's right, Russ. Michonne said, oh my God, I had a good friend ask me, why would I want to move out of the state my family is in to be with my future husband, out of the state that my family is in to be with my future husband, who will be my husband by then. I'm growing and she is stagnant. I get it. It's affecting the friendship. Jermaine says, I leveled up from a high school honor student with 4 years of football to be college student. And now it's starting to go on too fast. I can't read it. Let me go back.
Right there.
Yeah, I got it.
Student.
High school student, activities joining church and da-da-da. That's where my growth was at the time. Awesome. And guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. So I've got a string of readies in the chat. Appreciate you, Jess, and good to see you, Ellison. Your girl is back in at least partially in business. She was super excited. But listen, I want to go through these. So if you're ready, we've already established that they're ready. I want to read a quote to you by Woodrow Wilson. It says, friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. And the reason why I love that quote is because cement is an additive. It's a compound. Cement itself is made up of certain components. One is gravel, excuse me, or an aggregate.
Aggregate. I don't know what that is.
It's okay. I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
One is gravel or an aggregate, something that's rocky, something that's porous, something that actually will hold things together. The other is cement itself, or let me say it this way. So concrete is made up of several components. One of them is cement. The other is an aggregate. The other is water. And then they got a bunch of chemicals that goes in it that makes it a sidewalk, that makes it a curb, right? That makes it the bottom of a pool, something that's hard and something that won't move. But the cement portion of itself is like the glue. And what I need you guys to understand is that relationships need glue to hold it together. They need something to lock it together. When things go sideways, what's causing your relationship to stand that test of time?
Love,
Love is not.
Love will keep us together.
No, that was the Captain Tennille. No. They wasn't ready. No. Listen, here's what I know. They too got a divorce. Hello.
Oh, wow.
So I shut that whole program down.
But they sang about it.
But the point I'm making is that I believe that friendships is one of the cementing components that keeps a relationship glued. Love is a component.
Right.
It is not the component. I need y'all to understand that.
Right.
So let's go into this.
Can I make a statement before you get into the actual stages?
Yeah.
One thing, if you think about friendship in general, just your people that you've been friends with for years, you'll go through your ups and downs. You'll have your disagreements. You may be periods of time when y'all don't talk, whatever. But there's always something that brings you back together. That friendship is a foundation. It's something that you're willing to go through stuff with that person. You're willing to, little kids realize this when they're, in middle school. Friends will get in a fight and knock down, drag out, fight, and then a week later, they back friends again.
Yep. You still salty. But they good.
They fine. Everybody around them is like, how y'all gonna still be, that's my friend.
Right,
good.
Right.
Because they understand that principle, that friendship, there's a glue, there's a connection with a person. When you have a friendship that supersedes the mess.
I like that word.
That supersedes what you go through.
I like that.
There's this foundation. I know for me and some of my friends, we've been through some stuff. We've had our differences. We've gone through different seasons, but we were able to come back together. And that friendship hasn't gone anywhere. It never went anywhere, even though we went our separate ways. We went through some things. The friendship has always been there, and that's what brought us back together. That's the thing that, but even when we were going through those seasons, if one of us picked up the phone and called the other and was like, "Hey, I need you."
Yep.
What
you
you
gonna
need.
push past something. Yep.
And so that friendship is, like he said, that's the glue
Yes.
that holds it together. And so it always baffles me that people will say, "Yeah, I got my best friends. I got friends, these friends I went to college with," but you're not friends with your spouse.
So we're going to get into that, babe. And I just need everybody to understand that real quick. There are levels to friendship. Mm-hmm. I need y'all to understand. There are levels to the friendship. And I think that what happens is that they're at a certain level of friendship with a person they went to college with. They're not at that level of friendship in their marriage.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when we go through these 5 levels, and we're going to kind of give them to you right off the break. So be prepared to put them in the chat for those people who are not taking notes so that we can see them. But then we're going to go back and we're going to explain. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to separate them and drill down. And I really want to teach you how to navigate from one to the other. It's not enough just to know that intellectually. The question is, how do I get from one level to another? So level 1, put this in the chat, is the acquaintance level.
Number 1.
Number 1. No, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. That's number. Okay. I should have numbered these. Number 1 is I'm sorry. My bad. I had them messed up. Number 1 is the strangers level. Mm-hmm. Put that in the chat. Number 1 is the strangers level. This is the level where it says, "I don't know you." That's a very important level. I need y'all to hear the "I don't know you" part. Okay. Number 1 is the strangers level. Number 2 is the acquaintance level. Okay? The acquaintance level says, "I know of you." Mm-hmm. I'm going to give this again, guys, but I want y'all to write this down, put it in the chat, because this is where, as coaches, listen, let me so y'all understand. You're going to have fun hanging out with us, and you're going to get a little entertained because we just goofy like that. But I'm more concerned that you get educated. You get what I'm saying? I'm not interested. I'm not a comedian. You get what I'm saying? I'm an educator, and I want you to get this. I need you to write this down. Number 1 is the strangers level. I don't know you. Number 2 is the acquaintance level. I know of you. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is the casual friend level. I know you. The casual friend level. I know you. Now, Instagram, I don't know if y'all still here. I see the names in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all put it in the chat as well. Level number 3 is casual friend. I know you.
And pause for the calls real quick. If you are new to our YouTube channel, just want to thank you for joining us this morning. I want you to make sure that you subscribe and also be sure to ring the bell. I know I invited a couple people from Instagram to come over to YouTube, so I don't know if they've come over to YouTube.
100%.
So please subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications of when we go live and also when we upload new videos. So
we said number 3 was casual friend. I know you. Number 4 is close friend. I understand you. Mm-hmm. You hear the levels? We get ready to go in a minute. Number 4 is close friend. I actually understand you. And number 5 is intimate friend. I'm connected to you.
Soul to soul.
Soul to soul. So we're going to drill down. We're going to navigate over the next couple of weeks. This is just extra stuff that, yeah. So at this particular point, I want you guys to understand where we're going. So Cherie, I'm going to go back to level 1. And this is super important, and I need everybody to understand this, guys. I hope you guys are following along. Appreciate y'all for putting the stuff in the chat. I love the participation. Great. Thank you, LaTanya. Thanks, you, Teresa. Thanks, Jermaine. Jermaine, let me ask you a question, brother. No, that ain't you. It said Tuck, Jermaine Tuck. I'm thinking, is this your article? No, I love researching. Let me say this. Y'all will find out that I am super open to learning from others, right? And the reason why people ask me all the time, why do you share so much free content? Like, this is stuff that's, people ain't got to pay for. Because at this particular point, in many cases, it was freely given to me. And here's the other part. I'm more concerned about adding value to you than doing business with you. Right. And to be very honest. Now, here's what I also know. That when I add value to you, many times you're going to want to, if you're in a place where you need what we do, you're going to want to do business with me. So that comes. So I love it when people post stuff that's really, really dope. And I don't mind sharing where I got stuff from and how it works and how it's blessed me. But here's what I want y'all to know about the stranger stage. The stranger stage of friendship development process is defined by the lack of awareness of another's existence. It is the lowest stage and also the most important. The birth and progression of a friendship is dependent upon the first impression a person makes on another. Mm-hmm. If it is bad, if it's a bad impression, then chances are it will not develop. Mm-hmm. But if it's a good impression, when the chances are it will develop. Here's what I want y'all to understand at the stranger level. I don't know you. Here's what's super critical about this stage of a friendship. When you walk into a room as the fake you, people will never get to know you.
They'll get to know that fake person.
They'll get to know the fake person, 100%. But here's the problem. If this friendship begins to move along in stages and they never really got introduced
to the real
you, here's the problem. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years into the relationship, you're going to start seeing some stuff. And when you start seeing some stuff, here's going to be the response. I didn't know that. Why are you laughing? What?
Because, and the truth of the matter is, so you have the perfect opportunity when you first meet a person to let them know you. Mm-hmm. You know, people always say, especially for singles when you're dating, they say, put your best foot forward. No, put you forward.
Please.
Be you.
Please.
Don't put on airs and act like you somebody you not.
Good.
Dude, if you ain't got no car, if you ain't got no job, be you. Don't fake the funk to meet somebody because that's who they're expecting that you are.
Yep.
Ladies,
fake the funk. That's old school right there, shorty.
Ladies, don't put on airs and being all prim and proper if that's not who you are.
That's not really who you are.
It's okay. Be you.
Girl, I met this girl one time, and she used to wear makeup. And it was her makeup was always glam. It was always they're saying beat face.
Her face was beat.
Her face was beat 24/7 on a regular basis. So I never will forget. It was a Saturday, and we worked together, and I had to bring something past the house. And I'm telling you right now, shorty, when this person opened up the door, y'all, God is my witness. I was like, oh, my bad. I'm at the wrong door. It messed me all the way up. And I'm saying to myself, that looks like so-and-so. Nah, that can't be them. Because they I got introduced to the person with the mask, but I met the person.
Right.
That day on the thing. And so that's a superficial way of explaining it.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it matters.
Right. And let me make a disclaimer in regards to that. Not saying, ladies, that if you go out, you're out at an event or you're out on a night and you're dressed up. Not saying that.
Please help.
Know that if they meet you all dressed up, all dolled up that first time, by the second or third date, they need to meet the real you.
Right.
They need to be exposed to you without all of that, so that they can see who they're really getting to know. Because having to maintain that.
Oh my God.
Because if you start out the relationship and you're always like that, that means you have to. This is when you got the chick who's going to bed with makeup on, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, putting her face back on, so when he wake up, you got your face. That's
and
too much work.
God forbid if I got to pee in the middle of the night.
That's too much work.
Because now I'm coming back to the bed. I'm saying, oh my God, who?
Right. That's just too much work. Don't box yourself in where you gotta maintain yourself at that level.
Right.
I'm not saying you don't take care of yourself.
Ain't nobody saying that.
Ain't nobody saying that. But don't put yourself in a situation where now you gotta be jumping through hoops.
Right.
So that this person can only meet that person. Let them meet the real you. Because God forbid if you get sick.
Right.
God forbid, like you said, they come by unexpectedly
right.
just to drop something off.
Oh, you can't come by my house.
Or which I don't necessarily agree with people just dropping by.
Right, no, that's a problem.
Anyway,
right.
that's a whole nother issue. But God forbid they see you coming in from the gym.
Right.
Y'all run into each other, you out at the grocery store, and you ain't all dolled up, but they be like, who the heck are you?
Right.
Because you've never let them meet the real person. So I'm just saying don't dress up. Don't do that. I'm not saying don't do that.
Right.
But within the first 2-3 dates,
Right.
you need to allow them to see you, dial that back some,
Right.
so that they
Absolutely.
can meet the real you.
That is hilarious. So we're talking about, this is a friendship pyramid, guys. And number one, on the first level, this is the level where you're a stranger. The next level of this pyramid is that, and you're able to say, I don't know you. The next one is the acquaintance stage. And we're not going to get through all of these this morning. Hopefully we'll get through the balance of them next week. And then I want to begin, babe, really drilling down on how do I get from one level to the next.
Right.
And how do I do that in a healthy way, right?
Latanya's right. She said, Grandma always told me, don't start nothing you can't keep up.
Look, and fellas, I'm telling you right now, don't open up a door that you can't close.
Oh, yeah, and the fellas, let me...
Fellas, can I... Lord Jesus, go ahead. Look, she got a little rest last night, y'all.
Don't take me to Ruth's Chris on the first date when you really living on Applebee's budget.
Come on now.
Because I'm expecting Ruth's Chris on the second, third, fourth, fifth,
100%.
sixth date. No, if all you are on is an Applebee's budget, let's go to Applebee's.
So where did we go the first time where did we go to eat? We went to lunch the first time. We weren't dating. We were just friends. Mm-mm. And we were talking about, because we were working together on a project. Mm-hmm. And I invited you to come talk about. Yeah, now the truth of the matter is, here's the truth.
It wasn't a date for me.
It was a test for me.
I didn't know.
I needed to see this woman outside of the project. We were working with a youth choir that I had established. I used to be a radio executive, and I was the head of a radio station, and we created this youth choir to represent the radio station in the community. Her daughter was on the youth choir. She was the parent liaison, and we were talking about producing T-shirts and all this kind of stuff. So we had some work to discuss, and I said, well, rather than you come to my office, let's meet around the corner for lunch. But now, I purposely went to a place that I would go to. I didn't ramp this up because at that particular point, here's the catch-all. I wasn't trying to impress her because I didn't have any intentions on. I was curious to meet her because I recognized that as much as she came to the things, to the events and things like that. No, that wasn't at that point. Yes, you had. No, I hadn't, babe. I know me. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me. No, ma'am.
Why did you make the date?
Let me tell this story. This is my story. Let me tell it. You know what I mean? So y'all see how that goes? Y'all see? So she gonna tell my story. So no, this is the first. It was TJ Roadhouse. Yes. It was around the corner from the radio station.
Throwing peanut shells on the floor.
Throwing peanut shells on it. But that was my spot. Yes. They had the little sourdough rolls and all that kind of stuff. That was my spot, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see you in my environment because I was not trying to impress you. I wasn't trying to holler at you. I wasn't trying to do any of those things. But I was interested in getting to know the real you because we were working together. Mm-hmm. I understood these principles even when it came to working relationships. If we're going to work together on a project regarding people's lives like children, I want to know who I'm working with. And so let's talk. Let's have a real conversation about some business. Let's take it outside the office. The point I'm making is that what you found out was who I really was all the way through. So that by the time our relationship started ramping up, that part of me never changed. Right. So then when we did start dating and we were seeing more, what kind of places did we go to and what did we eat? That's the question.
It was along the same line. We would go to Applebee's. We would go to, what was it? Bennigan's.
That was a spot back in the day. And what would we be eating? The full course meal, ordering drinks, ordering all this?
We would get like appetizers, and our thing was we would go and have dessert and coffee.
That's it, guys. It's 20 years later. What am I drinking?
Coffee.
What did we have last night?
Dessert.
20 years freaking later. Your man came to the table with who he really was. So the point I'm making, guys, is that in that stranger level, and I know that we're teasing this particular area out, but I need y'all to understand how important it is, because when you finally win somebody and you begin to grow with them, you want to grow with the real them. Mm-hmm. You're not interested in growing with somebody that you don't know. And so that takes us to the acquaintance stage. And this is the stage that says, I know of you. Put that in the chat. The acquaintance stage is the stage that says, I know of you. Mm-hmm. Here's what I want y'all to hear. The acquaintance stage continues from stranger stage, and it is defined by occasional interactions that you experience with a person. It is important to note that this is the stage where an associate falls as well. An associate is defined as a partner or a colleague in business or at work. So an associate is basically like your coworker or your frat member or your sorority member. With an acquaintance, you know of each other because of the occasional high and by situations that you both encounter with each other. Both of you have very general knowledge about each other, as knowing each other's name, what you majored in, who you hang out with, where do you work. However, this is about as far as it goes with this stage. And here's the challenge. People are now making people that are in the acquaintance stage your work wife, your work husband. Oh, we going all the way there before this is over, babe. Because I'm telling you right now, folks got this part twisted. I don't know you like that. Just because we laugh and kiki and ha-ha and cackle and do all that, or we, and in some cases, at this stage, people mess up and they become flirtatious. And you don't know them like that at all. And here's how you know. You only see them Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and that is it.
Right. Y'all ain't seeing each other outside of the
Now, here's the problem. Now, social media done got you stuck on stupid.
Right.
You think you know them. Because
I
now,
have 5 billion friends.
you're friends with them on Facebook.
That
Here's what I know.
friend.
That person is putting forth who they want you to know. Not necessarily who they really are.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, and this is probably as far as we're going to get to go in terms of drilling down today, is that this acquaintance stage has to be honored.
Right. You gotta.
I know of you. I don't know you. And here's how you know you don't know a person. Listen to me. The minute you say something a little bit sideways, their response is going to be something like, look.
Who you talking to? Who you think you're talking to?
Y'all see them eyebrows?
You got me twisted. Because I ain't the one. I don't know who you think I am.
Uh-oh.
But you ain't gonna come
I don't know what
you ain't gonna come at me like that.
You ain't coming at me like that. You said what? Like, let me explain something to you. Now they start to grab their earrings.
They're like,
you know what I'm saying? They
cool.
clutching their pearls.
We
you know what I'm saying? They
good,
fidgeting.
But,
you know what I'm saying? Instagram, they fidgeting. And so literally, it's like you done got them wrong, because the truth of the matter is,
they don't really know you.
You know of that person. You don't really know them. Guys, we're going to pick up where we left off this week. I'm going to just go ahead and put a pin on this one. And I want to, and we're going to also hopefully get to the place, and I know we haven't talked about that yet, is, okay, so how do you grow from one stage to another? So I know we're going to do at least 3 parts in this. So we got a part 1 today. Part 2 will be next week, Lord willing. And then we're going to talk about some other things. Next week, we're going to be in the DMV. For those of you guys who are business people, if you are looking to grow a business and connect with people on social media, and you want to do that in a way that is not only constructive, but very structured, you want to do that on purpose. You want to build your business in that space. I want to encourage you to go to our website, thecrcoach.com, and look for an opportunity to sign up for the Business Builder event. We're calling it Bootstrapping Your Way to Success. For the last 4 years, Cherie and I have grown an online business to be able to really, really level up in a way that, quite frankly, we never imagined, right? I'm the entrepreneur that said I didn't sign up for this. Like, I just wanted to help people. And I recognized that there was a business model in it. Well, what we're going to teach you that day on November the 9th, it's a Saturday, 9 to 2, half-day workshop. We're going to feed you lunch. There's a registration involved. Go to thecrcoach.com. If you are running a business, even if it's a side business, and you want to structure it more, you want to get more intentional about bringing people in. What's up, Joe? Happy belated birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
You want to be able to bring to generate consistent revenue, touch new people every week, help people understand who you are, what you do, why you do it, and who you do it for. That is going to be an incredible event. We're going to teach you how to hack social media. We're going to teach you how to do different things to get larger audiences and things like that, and the tools that we use, Facebook, social media, IG. There's a reason why I'm on YouTube and Instagram. We're going to talk about my theories and about that, and how that helps us to grow our business on the back end. So I certainly want you to become a part of that. I appreciate you guys. Listen, next week we're going to pick up right here where we left off. We're talking about the 5 stages of friendship, Cherie. Mm-hmm. And unless people learn how to grow through them.
And identify them.
Identify them and then grow through them. I promise you, your relationship is doomed. It is not going to grow. And as a matter of fact, it's not if it will fail, it's when it will fail and how that will look. So believe it or not, that's all we got for today, guys. I know we got a lot more that we want to drill down on. I appreciate you guys. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Dana is from Southeast. I'm telling you right now. Okay, I love it. And Teresa co-signed talking about exactly. You don't know me like that. You don't know me like that. LaRonda, you need to come on, jump on a plane real quick, girl. We make sure that you get taken care of. And come on up and be a part of it. It's really not super expensive to be a part of it. I purposely made the registration super affordable because I want you guys to get this work and get this information. I appreciate it, Joe. Look, Joe said y'all look good. We feel good, brother. We feel good. That's one of our great friends. Joe is an amazing entrepreneur. For those of you guys who know Joe started. We trying to be like you when we grow up, Joe. One of these days you're gonna see us on a plane talking about we live from Europe. You know what I'm saying? We're not worthy right now, but when we get grown up, that's where we going. Guys, listen, we love you. We appreciate you guys. Hey, what's going on, Z? It's good to see you, girl. Listen, Z, I'm gonna introduce you to LaRonda. LaRonda, Z is in Jacksonville. I was going to say Fort Lauderdale. She's in Jacksonville as well. Y'all jokers need to just come on and jump on a plane and come on up to DC or the DMV and be with us next week. I'm just saying. Y'all need to meet each other, get on a plane, and connect and figure that out. Because at the end of the day, we all need some help. Y'all be good. Let's talk soon. Guys. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.